Hello, hello. My name is Daddy-O, and I do a couple of faceless channels, and I do this here channel. Now, I'm going to tell you, Uber, you guys have been commenting. I've been doing a couple of videos. I haven't been able to do one for the last week or so. My son had hip surgery, had hip replacement, and so I've been helping take care of him, and so I've been kind of distracted on my channels. But I'm going to tell you, this here channel, doing the Uber comments, I've been getting some great feedback from you guys. Yes, Uber is a problem for a lot of drivers, a lot of riders, and if you're having problems with Uber, I completely understand. Don't take it out on me. I'm just a guy out here having to do this job. I'm uh, I'm you know. So let's get into it. If you're doing Uber and you're an Uber driver and you're having problems with your passengers, uh, I could understand that. There are a lot of passengers that you're going to pick up from time to time that are just not on the same wavelength that you are. Today, I have not done any Uber runs yet. I've been looking at my studio, my YouTube studio, and kind of chuckling. This past week has been a real hoot for me, watching things happen and getting the comments I've been getting. Now, uh, Uber is not for everybody. You're going to have problems out here. You're going to run into situations that you have to handle. Let's understand this. If you ride with me and you do not give me any problems, in other words, I've had those problems. I've had some videos I've done in the last couple of weeks about problems I've had out here. Uh, but if you don't give me any problems, if you're not going to let your cat loose in my vehicle for one, if you're not going to, if you just do what you're supposed to do, you get in, be friendly. I'm gonna get you where you're going. But comments come in that people are having problem with their Uber drivers, and I try to express that I think in my last video that a lot of drivers out here, and I've seen comments come in from them off that last video from drivers that give it up. I don't do it no more because of, and they give me their reasons. Um, you're going to run across drivers that haven't done this very long, that have only done it a few weeks, a month, and they haven't learned to play the game right. They haven't learned how to treat the riders. They haven't learned the way you're supposed to be out here. So yeah, you're gonna run into drivers from time to time that you were friendly, you were nice to them, you tipped them, whatever, and then they're gonna give you a 3 or a 4 point star rating for whatever freaking reason. Uh, you get in my vehicle, you get a 5. Period. You get a 5 unless you let your cat loose in my vehicle, unless you do some things that are completely out of the ordinary. You're rude. You're back talking. You're not being not just so much friendly. I could care less about if you're being friendly or not. I'll get you where you're going. Just sit back there, be quiet, and I'm gonna turn some music on. We're gonna listen to it on the way, and we're gonna have a good ride. And I'm gonna give you a 5.0. That's just the way I am. I'm not one of those that I can only remember in the 6 years that I've been doing Uber. I can only remember three times where I give someone a 1. I've never given a 2 or a 3. You're either gonna get a 5 or you're gonna get a 1. That's just the way it is for me. I'm not going. I don't play that little game of, oh, they didn't talk to me, I'm gonna give them a 3. There are drivers out here that may be doing that. Yes, 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 and yes. And I'm sure in some towns and some cities where people are a little, I won't say the drivers are a little rude. They're in their own little world. They could care less about the rider. They just want to get that money and go to the next one. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of drivers out here are that way. So you can't do nothing about them. It's just like I can't do anything about the rider that I'm picking up. I'll pick them up and we see how we go. Are you going to be one of those kind of friendly people, or are you going to sit here and talk trash to me the whole ride? Uh, so don't get all caught up in, I got to give this driver a 5.0. Yeah, I try to deserve that. I try to make sure you're comfortable. I try to make sure your environment is nice and clean, and it smells good in here, and you listen to some good music, and I'm gonna get you there. Bottom line, that's it. That's all I worry about. Getting someone where they're going safely in a clean vehicle that smells good, and I'm not going to give them a hassle about anything else that's going on. They can get in with sandy feet. I like. I don't know if you know. I live at the beach, and as people get in, I got a floor over there right now with some sand in it. I got a little bit in the back seat where I picked up a group last night. I haven't got to the vacuum yet this morning. I went and got me some breakfast, and went and got my son some breakfast so that he could eat and take his medicine. And I decided, okay, I haven't done a video all week. It's time to talk about. And the thing I wanted to talk about was some of the comments that I've been getting off that last video. That last video right now is at 1,000 views. Now, for you guys that are doing a YouTube channel, I learned a trick. All right. And if you've been paying attention, I know there's some guys out here that follow me on every video. I get comments from you guys on what you're doing. I've learned some things, and I've tried to express those in previous videos of what I thought was going on and what's making things happen. And I think I've kind of nailed that down, and I've talked about it in other videos. I didn't really want to start talking about. I'm going to do probably another video later. I'm trying to make up for a little bit of what I missed later, and I'll be talking about the channel stuff later. But guys that are out there, they're following me. I know you're going to click on this. If I get the video up later, it'll be more about doing your channel. If guys that you don't know, like I said in the beginning of this, I do some faceless stuff. I do this face channel. This face channel right here has been the real deal. This has taught me so much, so much. And a lot of it's coming from you guys that are commenting. So I appreciate those comments. I didn't ask for it in the beginning of this video like I usually do. If you have a channel, please down in the comments, let me know, say yes. If you do not have a channel, say no. If you do, say yes. And if you're thinking about it, just say maybe. For you guys that are more interested in the Uber stuff, this is what I do. I created this channel right here to talk about my faceless stuff and what I was doing there and what I was using to make that happen. That's what this has been all about. So for you guys that want to see some stuff about YouTube or anything later, I'm going to do another video. This here was more or less, I have been getting so many comments off of that last video that I did, that I sat here this morning for at least an hour and a half because I didn't have time before this to start answering some of those comments. Replying to if you comment to me, I'm going to try my hardest to find that comment, and I'm going to try to reply to you, at least answer any questions you may have. If you want to just tell me your YouTube and your Uber experiences, tell me about them. I will comment back, and I'll give you my opinion. You know, if you don't know, I'm an old man. I am 71 years old. I started doing some faceless channels back in December. And the 1st of January, I launched this started posting videos on this channel 1st of January, just to learn what I needed to do on my faceless stuff. That's all this channel was all about, was just express what I was learning doing my faceless stuff and the AIs that I was using to do that. But then I started commenting about some of the Uber experiences I was having out here. And those videos seem to have blown up way more than talking about the YouTube channel stuff. So I've been commenting a lot more. I've been saying, okay, people are interested in that stuff. I'm going to start putting out some videos about my experiences out here doing Uber, because that's the way I make, you know, and Uber's not perfect. Uber's not perfect. There are no people out here, no companies, no places I can walk into that are hiring someone my age to do a job. They're not hiring us. So I jumped out and I started doing DoorDash. I started doing Uber. I started doing Uber Eats. I found out that DoorDash is a joke. You can't work when you want to. I need to be able to clock in at any moment and go to work for a few hours until I have to go help my son with something or along that line. So Uber works perfect for me as far as my timing of being able to work. But you do get some experiences out here with people that kind of makes you think, makes you go, oh, okay. And I've tried to express those problems I was having with people from time to time. I don't have a whole lot of problems with people, but I do have uh, problems from time to time, and I've expressed those. And it seems like every video that I've put out talking about those experiences, they have seemed to do a lot. Um, Now, you guys that have been paying attention, and you know who you are, if you'll go back and if you'll go to my channel and click on videos and click on popular, okay, it'll bring up all of my, in order, it'll show you my popular ones. Look at the titles. For you guys that I've been talking about titles for, look at the titles. You'll see what they've been doing, all right? And I've expressed the importance of doing those titles, all right? So here I am slipping back into the YouTube stuff again. But for you guys that have been commenting on your Uber experiences, please keep those coming in, because I'm enjoying the hell out of those. To see that you guys are having issues from time to time, that I completely understand. You know, I'm not going to say, oh, you shouldn't be that way. No, 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 no. When you have a bad experience in Uber, I hear them all the time. You understand? I pick up people that get in the vehicle and they'll tell me about their last Uber ride or the Uber ride or their experiences. I listen to that. I hear it. I hear you guys commenting on here, off of that last video, especially of your Uber experiences. And, I completely sympathize with you. Yes, Uber is a racket. It is totally a racket. But my problem is, at 71 years of age, it's what I got. It's what I have to do to make my ends meet. And yes, it's not a whole lot. I'm not doing those 25-mile runs. I'm not doing those 200-mile runs. I work 10 miles. If it pops up on the apps showing me the run and where it's going to, and it's over 10 miles to take someone somewhere or to go get someone and bring them back, I'm not doing it. That's not this kind of Uber. I'm going to be friendly. We're going to have a good ride. I can promise you that. And I am going to talk to you. I'm not going to just let you sit in the back seat. If you want to talk, we're going to have a conversation. I run my mouth real well. People say I'm full of it. That's me. So, but yeah. If you're having problems with Uber, comment about it. Let me know about it. That's still the way that we can have discussions on what's going on. And if there's something I see that you're having a problem with, I'm going to kind of lead you in the right direction or tell you why that's happening. But yeah, if you're getting bad ratings from your drivers, a lot of times you can take the app while you're in the vehicle with them and look, see how many rides they've had. See how long they've been doing this, see what their rating is, and you'll kind of understand. If you got a driver that's only getting 3s and 4s and, you know, low 4s or high 4s or middle 4s and stuff like that as their ratings, and they've only been doing this a short period of time, chances are you may get a 4 or a 3 rating from them when you get out of the vehicle. I can't do nothing about that. That's just the life of the business. And like we've discussed before, this is a racket. Uber is a racket, okay? It's not for everybody. So don't expect your drivers to be top notch. If you see that they're rated 5.0 and they've only been running for about a week, they haven't had a chance to get some bad marks against them. They haven't had, that hasn't gone on. But if you see a driver that's been doing this 5, 6, 10 years and their ratings in a high 4, middle high 4, they're a good driver. All right. They've done this. They're experienced. Treat them with some courtesy. Leave them a tip. I don't care if it's $3. That helps more than nothing. I have some people that I run around that they work for a living. These kids are not making a whole lot of money. When I see that they've tipped me $1, I'm happy. Those kids I don't expect it from them, but they will get out of the vehicle and leave me $1. They know me. I pick them up most every day, or every other day, taking them to work or picking them up from work, taking them back home. A lot of the people I work in this area, they know me. When I go to the hotels and stuff, they don't know me so much because they're visiting here. But when it's a local person that's, here, and they're not doing a whole lot. I've actually tried to, there's some of them I've told them not to tip me. You ain't got to give me nothing extra. Come on, man, you're working. That's just the way I am. I'm sorry. It's just my heart. It's the way I was raised. So, yeah, if you're going to run across, and I'm expressing this because I've got a lot of comments from people that are having problems because they think they're doing real good. They're tipping their drivers. They're giving them their 5.0s and stuff like that. And then the driver turns around and gives them a 3 or a 4 rating. In it, I can see how that would be upsetting to some people. And I had one person express to me that's why they don't give 5.0s out no more, is because a driver or a couple of drivers have done that to them in the past. So they're not so easy to give out the 5.0s. I completely understand that. Completely. So anyway, guys, I want to express that because I have been getting such great comments from you guys on the Uber stuff that, yeah, it's a rat race. It's a racket. But that's what I got. I got nothing else to depend on for a daily income. And I need that daily income. I need to be able to come out here and make my $100. That's my goal every day, is come out and make $100 above my expenses, my gas money for the day. If I go out and spend $4 or $5 at McDonald's or wherever, I add that. I'm trying to make 105 now. If I put $25 of gas in my car now, I'm trying to make 130 with that $5 from McDonald's or wherever. I try to absorb what I spend during the day and exceed $100 with that. And that's my goal every day. That's why I'm out here. I have to do that to pay my bills and to get by. That's just the way life is for me. So, guys, have a great day. I didn't ask a whole lot, but if you do have a channel, leave me a comment this afternoon, probably this evening. I will do a different video for you channel guys that do this. So anyway, guys, have a great day. Enjoy yourselves. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. Daddy-o out.